welcome to Warrior Recharge. I'm going to take you through all these different mobility movements that I tend to do on my off days to help keep myself rested and recovered and ready to rock and roll on main training days. So first one we're going to do is we're going to be hitting the traps. Okay, traps are often an area that are very, very tight for people. And so what you'll need is a lacrosse ball. This is a shot put, 8-pound shot put. We use this because it's a little bit bigger than a lacrosse ball, but it does the job in regards to digging a little bit deeper into the tissue, and you can pinpoint smaller muscles. And so basically, to set this up, you're gonna lay on the ground, you're gonna put that ball right on your trap, and you're gonna kind of roll around a little bit, and you're gonna find those trigger points. That's what you'll do for each muscle, is find the real trigger point, and then we can actually move that arm in directions of mobility here to kind of loosen things up. And I'm just gonna hang out here for usually about a minute to about 2 minutes, but we wanna find those tight areas and really let that ball dig in. So that's your trap. Next one is gonna be the lats, okay? This is another area that a lot of people neglect, especially with soft tissue work. So it has an effect on a lot of different movements: front squats, overhead pressing, pull-ups, anything, you name it, right? So what you'll want, foam roller. We use good old PVC pipes because they're hard and they're gonna really dig into that soft tissue. So you're gonna start by laying on the foam roller, and we're just gonna start rolling the armpit and the lat, trying to reach that arm up overhead, put as much weight as you can into the armpit, and we're just rolling back and forth. And just like any soft tissue movement we do, we're really trying to find those really tender spots. That's what needs to be rolled out the most. So I'll hang out here for a specific amount of time, and I'll make sure I get the other side too. Next area is going to be the pec and the upper bicep, okay? So again, you'll want a lacrosse ball for this one. You're going to lay it on the floor, and just like we did with the traps, I'm going to lay down with that ball and just let it dig into the tissue. And you can kind of do the same thing here. Move the arm around, up overhead. Just let it really dig into that pec. Kind of move it around a little bit. This one is oftentimes very, 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 very tender, right? So you want to really let it dig in there. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now, after we've really dug in with the soft tissue on the pecs, you're gonna do a little chest opener, right? So you're gonna lay on the floor, and what we're gonna do, put that arm straight out, and I'm simply gonna roll away from it. And you just gotta come up on your side, and you can use your opposite arm here to kind of force the stretch a little bit, but it's kind of a static stretch slash mobility movement, if you will. And we're just trying to open up that pec a little bit more. Another thing you can do with this, you can get in a doorway or even lean up against a post, and you're just opening up that chest, you're rotating away, so you're stretching the whole pec, bit of the deltoid, even the neck and the traps. Kind of roll away with it, look down. It's a good little stretch you can do. This next one, another little stretch slash mobility movement. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up in a quadruped position. And all you're gonna do is you're trying to touch this shoulder to the opposite knee. That's what you wanna be thinking about. So we're taking that shoulder to the floor, and we're just stretching. So we're gonna hold this here. And then you come back up. You hold that for a specific amount of time, whether that be a minute, 2 minutes, or you can do shorter time periods, like 15 seconds at a time, 20 seconds. But then you'll reach through the other side. You're basically really trying to, again, touch that shoulder to the ground at least. If not, in your mind, you're trying to touch that opposite shoulder to the knee. That's another good stretch. A way you can modify this a little bit is you just reach straight across, and that'll get a little bit bigger stretch. Your upper thoracic. It's a great one, great one. The next one, basic yoga type pose, but it's the child pose. So what you're gonna do on the floor is you're gonna reach your arms out in front of you as far as you can, and then you're just gonna make sure your knees are wide enough to where we can sit those hips back
and the legs, and you just kind of drag your hands across the floor, and we're really trying to open up the chest, stretch out the back, and we're just kind of holding that position right there.
Now there's a different variation that we can do with the band that I'll show you here in a second. All right, so real quick, I wanted to also show you a banded child's pose variation here. I really like this variation because it really kind of opens up the lats, it opens up the upper back, the shoulders, pretty much gets everything. It even gets the hips and go. So what you'll do is you'll get a heavier band. You're gonna strap it up to a pull-up bar. You're gonna reach your both hands on the inside of the band, grab the band here, and you're gonna go ahead and sit on the floor. And you can either sit back here and force your head through your arms, and you just totally relax those shoulders. And so this is the basic child's pose. The band's just pulling on our arms. Now if you want to get the hips involved a little bit, you need to make sure that you're ready for this. You don't want to injure your lower back. But what you're going to do is you're going to basically roll forward and just relax here. And so it's opening up the whole chest, the hips. You basically kind of roll around. It's really getting the lats. You can roll around to each side. This is a great stretch. I like doing that one after heavy deadlift sessions. It just really elongates everything, opens up the low back, again, opens up the lats, really focuses on the shoulders too. So you can use that one on your recharge days, any days, all right? Just get it done.